accumulated during the day will be deposited in your memory bank, and that
Mm.
will create a reaction.
I see.
And but if you do the second step, the third step will happen automatically, because then you know, oh, the mind will remind you, oh, here is the here is the principle that I need to apply.
Mhm.
And then the fourth step, then we will remember, oh, I missed what was the session, what did they say, which principle. So the fourth step comes on its own. And then comes the fifth step. Fifth step is nothing but it is the knowledge that it becomes clear.
Right.
Clear means the mind digests that knowledge, followed by internalization, and followed by the regular long practice of meditation, the last one. So
Mhm.
that will help you. So it's all a process. If we don't follow the process, then we think spirituality is a hobby, it's a Netflix series. It is not.
Mhm.
Majority of the people in the West feel, oh, it is all a Netflix series. I have seen the series, and then it's okay. It that does not work. It's a complete transformation.
Mm.
It leads to a complete transformation. So P is the prepare, R is the reflect in the evening. As Charlie remembered that Mangala Charan during a conversation, and that sense of anxiety and reaction was withdrawn. It happened because she applied the principles. In the last session, she shared her experiences.
Right.
So prepare, reflect, and apply, and then connect. Connect to the satsang. Satsang means that association of the mind to what is real. At present, our association is not with the real, our association with the anxiety. But why anxiety? Because I have an expectations from you. And if I'm doubtful, I have fear whether you will meet my expectations. So it is all about the false appearances. So that is why the master pushes, inspires, even though it's not a motivational speech. These sessions are basically satsang. How the mind should be drawn to what is real. And then we discuss in detail. What is that discussion in detail? Transform, T step, T ladder. So the that transform means that knowledge leading to clarity. So if I know the knowledge, I know the exact address of your house, I will reach your house. The knowledge leading to clarity. First is the association with the real, and the next is the knowledge expansion. Another meaning of that transform through samvad. The Sanskrit word is known as samvad. There are two syllables. Vad. Vad means the speech, and to speak and to discuss. Some means equally, equal, with clarity. So once it is there, what will happen? Your mind will not stop doing the practice. Your mind will remind you that you have not done the practice. Why? You should do it. And the moment you are free from the chores of the world, your mind will remind you, inspire you, oh, let us do the practice, instead of entering into the gossiping. So that is the seventh step. Cultivate, that is cultivation by sincerity. Because now the mind is asking you to do the practice and you don't do it. It is because of your past impressions and accumulated impressions. You have already accumulated yesterday, and you did not do the reflection. So that accumulation is pushing you not to do the practice. It is all the inner discipline. It is all about the inner awareness. And the eighth is experience. We have good experience, bad experience, but as you follow all these steps, the eighth, first seven steps leads to a direct experience. Direct experience of what? The calmness. Oh, the calmness is within me. It is not outside. I was seeking outside. So the mind repeats this thought again and again with a feeling, and at last you reach to a point 100%. Whereas partner is okay, kids are okay, money is okay, because it is not going to give me the ultimate peace and happiness. So there is a loss and gain, and I said something, my partner said, oh, you don't worry about. So that level, that is the higher level of awareness, which ultimately leads you to what we say awakening, or in other words, known as nirvana, etc. etc. It means that there is a 24 by 7 status quo. Outer world, you have loss and gain, and you said something to your partner, partner said you something. It's okay. It is not going inside. Now it is not going inside, it remains outside. You live into that state of inner peace and calmness. From where it comes? It comes from the real self. It comes from the real self. So that is I made it in a simple way to remember. There are other sub steps that we are taking up. So we have been discussing about the fears, and in the last session we discussed about working action. Our action is motivated by the preferences of attachment, detachment, likes and dislikes. So it is the mind that performs the action 99%. Fear, action outside, 99% it is the mind, not the outer situation we discussed in the previous session. It is like in Oscar winning live, how to act without overacting in our daily life. Yeah, differences. You fought with your partner the next day, oh, can I have a cup of coffee? You go and now you have certain fear inside and certain attachment. Here is honey, my coffee. So are you really, it is an Oscar winning action? How come you change the next day? How come? That is your hypocrisy, because the mind is divided. And the next day you become the same person again because of the past impressions. Not you, but in general, that is the way the life is working. So great acting. Now say, pay attention, what our masters are saying. A great acting is invisible acting. You are perfectly normal. The next day you reacted to it, and the next day and you says, okay, yes, I'll do it. Your great acting is invisible acting. Pay attention. What happens in acting? The audience forgets the actor, and you work in the theater. The audience forgets the actor and feels the truth. What is the insight? A mature life is like that. Your work is so true, so grounded. Your action, any action, making a cup of tea to any, engaging in any profession, Your work is so true, so real, so grounded, so free of hunger for validation that others notice the quality. They are also absorbed. Not your neediness, not your expectations. You're not chasing the Oscar. You're worthy of it because you stopped overacting. And if that attitude, by that attitude inside, you come out and you think and speak and act in your daily life, the life becomes so beautiful. It is always full of peace. We are trying to understand karma yoga. One is karma action, action for validation, action for meeting my expectations. All actions originate from the mind. All actions originate from the mind. So we are exploring karma yoga. Karma yoga means that your expectations are not there in the mind. Your total focus is on the action, that the way you perform, the attitude with which you perform an action. So why it does not happen? Because we have a fear of failure, rejection. We have an unmet expectations. I'm a woman, it's a part of the women liberation. How dare you say that? So I already have an expectation. So it is fear of failure, rejection, unmet expectations is the biggest problem. And that is the cause of the stress. Any person outside is not the cause of the stress anxiety reaction. It is my fear of failure inside the mind, my expectations present in the mind with reference to a particular action in the life is the cause of the tremendous fears. I'm always scared. What will happen if I do this, if I speak like this? Well, where is the problem? Problem is in my mind. Problem is not outside. So when you diagnose, you get this. What is the diagnosis? I'm always addicted to result. So when I'm addicted to result, I'm already a confused guy. And that confusion, you perform your action. And that, so what the master says you have a right to act, not overact, not react. You have a right to act, not react, not overact, never to its result. Forget about when you are performing some action, result will definitely come. So now see what happens. Your mind is totally free. It is totally focused on the particular action. And once it is focused on particular action, the life becomes very easy because you live in higher awareness. What is the outcome of, say, today's session? It depends on all of us. You have one guy has a different perception of the talk, and the second guy has a different perception. So if my mind gets worried about that or no, all the outcomes should be the same. Everyone should speak in the same voice. It is not possible. So we have a tremendous fear. We live in fear. We claim we are not living in fear. We live in tremendous fears in society, in our relationship, obviously with our strangers, and with reference to the wealth we have or we don't have or we want to acquire. There's a tremendous fear in relationship. to the world outside. Or what will happen if I don't have money? What had happened if you have the money? Why you are in stress? We don't have an answer because we are living unconsciously, we are living impulsively. So overacting is the fear masquerading as effort. So because of the fear, I put the effort. In that effort, people notice, and I also notice there is a duality and a conflict inside. It is not natural. I cannot absorb myself into an action, and then we have lot of fears. So what it indicates in living in the world, overacting happens when I try to control the situation, people outside directly or indirectly. So when I try to control the situation and the people and the relations outside unconsciously and habitually, I'm already in stress and anxiety. Let me focus on what action I'm doing, not expecting the result, means not overacting. My relationship with anyone would be better, would be always be good. People sometimes force me to agree on what they are saying. I said, no, you need not to force, I agree with you. Later on, they commit the mistakes and they said, I did the mistake because this type of action is not good. But you did not point me out. I said, you are forcing me to accept. So I have no problem. I accept you the way you are. So my acceptance has no fear. I accept you. Do whatever you want to do. So that is the reason overacting effort, because it comes from the mind. Mind is performing an action. Your eyes, your ears do not decide to kill someone. It is the mind that decides. The mind is basically performing an action. The car is not booked when you make an accident. It is the driver. And the driver is the intellect in me. And the intellect says, you are crazy. That is why I did this. So if you don't allow the intellect to think any bad about anyone, no blame and complaint. Intellect is clear. The life is good. That is another way, the karma yoga. We say karma yoga is one of the best ways to get rid of. Huh? Get rid of. You always live into that calmness and peace. You have no money, you live in peace. You make a right effort. You have money, you use it for a right purpose. You have a lot of money and you go every day for seeking the pleasure outside. So you are accumulating the impressions that will cause you anxiety. Uh, some, what we say, addicted to shopping. When women here, she was addicted to shopping, and every day she used to order something on Amazon that she told last year. And because she was so much addicted, so her mind told that now is the time, now is the time to. She was 65 last year, so she opted for Social Security. She had lot of money. She should not have done it. She did it. Now it cannot be reversed. And then she talked to me. I did it, and this is blunder. I should not have done it. I should have done in 70. So now you see that You have taken a decision, wrong decision, mind. And now you are cursing yourself. You have a guilt, mind. So mind has to change. The fear, all the fears lives in the mind. Life is a role playing. I have told you many a times, you are with your partner, with your husband or wife. Oh, let me play a role of a husband. So internally, you are aware, I'm playing a role of a husband and a wife. The husband or wife said you something, oh, but I'm playing a role of the wife, so there is no problem. He is playing a role of the husband. He is not playing a role of the husband. To maintain the harmony, he or she is reacting. Let me not react. Let me do and finish. Effort is yours. Right effort is yours. Result is not yours. Result depends on many, many factors outside. I'm giving a satsang today now, and suddenly, how many factors? My computer should be working fine, internet connection should be there, light should be there, and calm atmosphere should be there. These outer factors are not in my control. The same way, every action has many factors which is not in our control. But I want to control the situation because I have an expectations and desires to be fulfilled from you or from the partner, from a person or from the society, and then we fall back. Then we are always anxious. We're always anxious, always stressful, always suffering. What the mind keeps on thinking, what is that nature of the mind? Nature of the mind, the thought present in the mind in that state. Oh, if they respond nicely, if partner will respond nicely, I will be happy. If I get this much of money, I will be happy. How many times you have fulfilled these wishes? Are you really happy? How many times your partner spoke beautifully, and how long that happiness continued? So it is the problem we have. If the situation is nice, if he responds or she responds nicely, okay, then I will be in peace. Not possible. Why not possible? The mind is impure. I told you six impurities. Six impurities: desire for seeking happiness outside, the first one. Second, it is if it is fulfilled, I want to repeat the same. That is what is known as the greed. Third is the hesitation and stress because of the expectations. Fourth is the delusion. Fifth is the pride. Sixth is the jealousy, or we start blaming and complaining. As long as these thoughts are present in the mind and we think we will be in peace and happiness with anyone. How are you? I'm doing nice. Do you really speaking from the mind or speaking from the lips? Your mind knows you are not fine. You are saying I'm fine. Hey, how are you? No, American proverb. I went to Barcelona. So I woke up in the morning. I spent 15 days there. So every day I go and hey, how are you? No, it's an American pattern. And they looked, they started staring. So my friend is there. What is her name? Maria. So Maria said, "Why you are saying this? In Spain we don't say this. That is why they are staring at you." So, but you see the fact inside, are you saying with your heart that I'm fine? Are you asking someone, how are you with your heart? No, with my senses. Senses have no role to play in the changes. Karma yoga. So mind has to be pure of the six impurities. Remain aware. I normally say observe. Observe here, don't absorb. Observe here, don't absorb what is outside. If you absorb outside, someone has a serious face and you get disturbed. Look at him. We normally absorb everything, whatever is in the world outside. The partner may be absorbed in thinking, oh, you look so serious. Let him be serious. That's none of your business. But we do it. We have 1 million habits that causes uh, these problems to us. Anxiety is nothing but misplaced anxiety or reaction or hesitation is a misplaced investment. Placing your happiness is unstable, external conditions. I place my peace in unstable external conditions, constantly changing life. That causes the problem. So the problem is with me. That is the first thing. I have to look inside me. I have to observe. So the 8 steps, when you follow the 8 steps every day, it helps you to reach to that state of equanimity. Equanimity. The calmness in the mind in spite of favorable, unfavorable situation in the world. Let it be. So what happens? Gradually you become dispassionate, detached. Detachment is not in what we say. Uh, People think that we should become aloof. No, it is not aloofness. It is not indifference. You're not indifferent when you go to the mall. You have a particular desire to go to this shop and buy this product, but the rest of the shops are aware. You are aware of them. There is no issue. You are not aloof. So imagine that level of extraordinary awareness we live. And when we live into that with all the 8 steps, you will see. You scrupulously practice, follow all the 8 steps 1 week only, and you will see the life will change. Definitely. In the beginning, we have to push the mind a bit. And when you push the mind a bit, you will find the life changes. Let us close your eyes. We will go for a practice of mindfulness. Acronym is breathe. So you have 2 acronyms. One acronym is a practice. Another acronym is breathe. Close your eyes. Adjust and align your body and just experience. Now you see, I'm saying what? Experience, experience, uh, place, position, and posture. Experience, place, position, and posture. So it is not that engage the mind again. Engage the mind again in the first step, the build the ground. Building the ground means you follow the somatic awareness. We cannot catch the mind at the subtler level. So we are catching the mind through the body awareness of place, position, posture. B. B is build the ground. So normally people start, oh, let me focus on the breath. It is not that easy to do it. You are building a stable house on a solid rock before adding furniture. Practice begins by awareness and experience of place, position, and posture. So why? So that the mind has a firm base in the storms of the mind. The mind is a storm wandering here and there, and you continue to maintain place, position, and posture. It will work. One day you will succeed. What is the purpose? Give the mind a fewer excuses to wander by grounding the body. You give almost no excuses to the mind to wander. Why you say no place, position, posture, I'm not going to move it. So that helps you. But why, my friend? Because impulsive mind always lives outside. And that is what I discussed, how the mind is impulsive because of those six enemies present in the mind. You see the clarity of our masters explaining each and every one, everything. Grounding posture and a place invites attention to return home. Awakening is possible. That is the way it grounded posture already calms the mind. Instability or fidgeting of the body fuels instability in thought and speech. Pay attention how deeply they are linked. If you do this last 2 days practice again and again with knowledge and understanding, you will see that how easy it is. So just for one liner or more, because of the first step is building the ground. That is why our masters define the posture as steady, comfortable state of the body. And we start, in all our studios, we demonstrate. We so we need pant, a special pant. We need a special mat. We need special bag, and then we are going to the studio. The mind is already outside. It will not work. Second step: return to the senses. So I made it American. Return to the senses, and the practice is prevalent in Eastern wisdom as a pratyahara, means changing the direction of the mind or withdrawing from the world outside. Pratyahara, opposite food. The mind is seeking the food of the world, and you say, no, let us seek the food inside. But how to do it, that is also a challenge. So we made it. I made it again. I simplified it. How I simplified it? I am saying simple. You keep on looking from your body, skin of the body, from the top of the head to the toes, and wait for a few seconds and check. Do you experience sensation, comfort, and steadiness? Yes, I experience. Do it again. Do you deepen that experience? If it is not, then still do it again. So the concept, I will talk about it later, but today I'm just going in a flow to explain you. It is known as the pratyahara. Pratyahara means withdrawal of the senses from their objects, so the mind stops being dragged outward, and we do it in such a simple, easy way. And even if you cannot do it, what a big surprise. No, no, it is not happening. Still, you do it. You move the mind on the skin of the body again, 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 until mind says, I experience sensation, comfort, and steadiness. You break the so called automatic chain between the external events and the internal turmoil. And that what you feel. You create an inner comfort and steadiness. That is what I'm saying. Sensation, comfort, and steadiness. How just by shifting your attention from the word. I gave you the example last week. You reach to you from outside. You reach to your home. You are in front of the main door. The world outside is left, including the neighbors, because you see the mental frame, mental awareness. Oh, let me open the door, go inside, close the door, and now I am. That awareness has to come. That awareness has to come. So, what we have to encourage persistence until some comfort appears means experienced. So, when you have that experience of sensation, comfort, and steadiness, then you are ready for the third step. PRE. So in the E, you experience, if I say so, you experience two parts in the mind. One is the observer, other is the observed. You have to sit down one day throughout the day. Mentally, you look at a person and then you say in your mind, I know this guy, I know my partner, but I'm not the partner. Go to the kitchen, look at all the items, and you say in your mind, I know this bowl, I know this tea bag, but I'm not the tea bag, I'm not the stove, I'm not the gas. Continue to say throughout the day. One day you will recognize the mind always has two parts. We mess it up, and that causes the anxiety and duality. All those six enemies causes this. So what is the third step? Observer and observed. Do you experience the sensation? Yes. Do you experience the sensation? Very good. So you can say safely, yes, I experience the sensation, but I'm not the sensation. Do you hear me? Yes, Do you hear me? Yes. But I am not my eye. I'm not my ears. You say it. Wait for a second and see separation. Once these neutral separation takes place, then what will happen? What will happen? You have an anxiety by habit, and the mind will instantly say, I know anxiety, but I am not. I am not anxiety. It is a thought of anxiety and finished. And you will see the anxiety flees instantly. It can happen in a higher level of awareness by the same practice I repeated 8 steps daily. How simple it is, like standing safely on a railway platform, watching the trains pass. So, watching, who is watching? The observer. Self can watch these thoughts and emotions arrive and leave without boarding every train. It's a very powerful concept and principles. We free our mind from the automatic belief that I am my reactions, I am my blame, I am my anxiety. No, you simply free. How? By recognizing the thoughts, feeling, and sensations as objects appearing to you. Third step we have done. And now we activate the wisdom, we activate the discerning mind, or simply you say you activate the wisdom. It is so simple. Your mind is already inside. You have an unwanted and welcome thoughts. The moment they come, you superimpose, may there be happiness for all. Because you already see them separate, may there be happiness for all. Again, any thought is the same thought comes. So if the mind, your anxious mind is repeating that thought, why don't you repeat? May there be happiness for all. Why you say that it is not happening? That anxious mind is not saying that it is not happening. Fear is not saying it is not happening. May there be happiness for all. May there be happiness for all. Simply, may there be happiness for all. Because you already see these unwanted, unwelcome thoughts made an entry to the mind. You're aware, alert, vigilant, and on that, may there be peace for all. May there be well being for all. May there be well being for all. Any thought enters, and you simply drop it. It is basically a contemplation. Contemplation plants the wisdom. Contemplation plants the wisdom. Means what? Means what? Contemplation plants the wisdom means what? It changes your impulsive mind to discerning mind. But why have to change? You are already free. You're relaxed. You're calm. Even if you are in the midst of extreme difficult situation, you can sense that inner calm. So BR, we have done BREA acronym, and then we have the word T. And I say tending the breath. You see, tending is very gentle, softer word. So tending the word means that you don't change the rate and the rhythm of the breath. The first point, you feel the sensation of the breath going in and out, and you're seeing the breath moving in and out. All the 3 point attention on the breath without any. That is the meaning you're tending the breath. You're not. Your mind says even if I touch the breath, it will change. So I'm not touching. I'm just looking. I'm just aware. I feel the gentleness. So that gentleness is a trick used by our masters to help the mind to not react but go deeper. The breath is always present. So using your awareness to prevent the impulsive mind from hijacking attention, from hijacking you and putting you into anxiety reaction, blame, complaint. It prevents. But how it can, when you consistently doing, sincerely doing every day, then only it works. So you would have done today and tomorrow the whole day you have not done. So you have already accumulated more impressions. You did not add to the meditation every day. You added more thoughts every day of the same habit, same addiction. How can you expect the result of, or how can you think of an awakening? So when we have this awareness, so BREAT, tending the breath. And the last one, embody. Embody. You embody with the mantra. On the breath, you drop Om Shanti. Embody. One meaning of embody is represent. So you represent yourself by mantra. Which mantra? Om Shanti means what? I am the peace. So on each breath, you are dropping. You will discover. You will discover calmness is there. Is the cause of this calmness is outside? Answer is no. So it is definitely inside. So inside means I have yet to find out. That becomes the journey of the self-discovery. But if I continue to stay in that state of the calmness, which is independent of anything outside, that is why you say the knowledge is required. Understanding is required. Why this understanding inspires you, makes you a good seeker and a higher seeker. And then comes do nothing, just happening. In the happening, you may have vision, a sense of bodilessness, you experience lot of things. It's okay, just no issue at all. So check every day you practice this mindfulness, and the mind is now absorbed deep inside. Always keep half an hour window when you start the practice. Window means half an hour, because if your mind says, no, I want to continue, so that you can continue. for a longer period. That will take you, not only makes you a great seeker, but it will help you to awaken to the higher consciousness. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Om. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Bring your mind on the right hand, your mind on the left hand. Lift your both the hands, place it on your eyes, open the eyes inside. And bring the hands down. How are you, Sophie?
I'm good, Girish. Thank you. My mind was busy. I
Yeah,
did follow it, but I was aware it was busy and it annoyed me.
yes, it should not annoy you. Just watch,
Yeah,
just observe. When you are in the observer mode, even if the mind is busy, you are doing the practice. It will bring the deeper stage.
yeah. Thank you.
How are you, Charlie?
Hi, can you guys hear me?
Yes,
For some reason, my picture's gone on my end. I'm good. What I noticed was in the past couple of weeks, when my mind starts to wander, I just say, "May everyone be happy." I say other things, but I do it, and I was doing it in the meditation tonight. Because I do tend to wander off sometimes, or my mind tends to wander off sometimes. One of the things I noticed, actually, I wanted to ask this week was one of the patterns that I have or I've observed is I'll think about people in my family that have died. And then when I think of those people, very, very quickly, it'll feel painful to me. Sometimes I'll cry, but I think I've been doing that for years and years. how would it be if I thought of them, and is there a possibility of happiness? So when I think of them, I just go, may everyone be happy, and I do it as like you said, like the practice, like the yoga, the karma yoga. And I'm imagining when I'm doing it that I'm kind of healing that pain. I don't know if that makes sense, but that's what I've been doing the past week.
Yes, one of the very high and subtle practices in the Eastern wisdom says existence is supreme. We do not have control over this existence. Did I have a control that I win on my birth? Do I have a control over my growth? Do I have a control over the sequence of events that has taken place until today? If not, then I don't have even the control over the death. So why the death is so painful? The very birth is painful when we start crying at the time of the birth. So the master takes us into another dimension completely. That the moment you are born, you start suffering. In fact, you were suffering in the womb of the mother. I want to go out, nobody allows me to go out. I want to sense a freedom. And then we come out of the womb of the mother, we start crying. We have heavily dependent on others. And we continue to live in ignorance. We don't realize our nature. So this is neither the birth and the death. Best thing is that I'm the real self, pure consciousness. I'm not the body. So we go to that level. Once you go to that level, that state of awareness, then the birth and the death, associating it with lot of positive and the negative emotions, loses their hold. It is again an impulsive. I cannot control the birth and the death. Simple. From that perspective, now think how much pain you have. That is all for today. Thank you. We'll meet again.